Alright, good morning everybody. Today I'm going to chop up some of these zucchini. Look at that. I'm going to chop up some of those zucchini, get those drying, and then I'm going to use a different tray for these tomatoes. They're a little bit bigger. They're pretty decent size. I'm going to look in the little book that we have on how to slice these, how thick they need to be, and then which of these trays that I need. Also, I'm going to take a run. I have a canning book too that I'll look at. Maybe I can get these sliced up and try and pickle them. All of these are what I eat, but usually even from only having a couple of tomato plants that are producing, which are still producing now, actually, even halfway through September, every morning I usually go out and have a handful of tomatoes, and there's always extras for me to bring back inside. So here are the tomato plants I was talking about. We're not sure what that is, but yeah, you can see they're still producing, they're still flowering. I'm going to see how long, really with the amount of other tomatoes that are greening on here, it could be advisable to actually pluck all these off and even trim it down, so the plant focuses most of its energy on producing fruit at the lower levels. But we're gonna see. Our first frost shouldn't come for another 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm just kind of curious to see how many of these actually turn. Same with the bigger tomatoes over there, and then we have some, I don't know if they're Roma or what, but they're vining type, and I'm just letting those go as long as they want. And it's kind of nice too for all the tomatoes that get attacked by an animal or get eaten by squirrels or whatever. They usually only get half eaten, and then I just chuck them over there or over there. There's quite a few over here, even zucchini and stuff like that. I do take some of the stuff and put it in a compost and then put it in my bin, but some of the stuff I just toss out and see if nature will reproduce. And I still have a lot of flowers on these zucchini plants. We can tell there's another flower there. I don't know, there's a flower straight down there, pretty big. There's another one back there. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. I did want to touch on this part. So these zucchini, I'd actually chop this up and put it in a baked dish earlier. But no, for this, usually for most everything, I've been putting this on 3/16. That's the depth that this goes down versus the blade. And usually, for the real big ones that would fill this whole video screen up, I usually cut them in half, and then I'll do like this until it gets close. But then I always use this because it's pretty dangerous. You don't want to slip and cut your finger. But yeah, this just sticks right in here. Then it's adjustable. Oh no. For these smaller diameter zucchini, just laying them all down is fine. I've noticed they shrink so much. This will be a third, if not a quarter of this size when it's dried. If you have some where they're just monstrous, and you lay them out, you'll get like 16 on a tray. Only then will I'll slice some of them in half or in quarters and actually place them in between the spaces. If you can see that, there's like 4 here. There'd be a big space in the center, and that's where I'd put like a smaller cut piece, but mostly just for time and space and kind of annoyance because messing around with chopping all these up and then trying to place specific little bits everywhere, you're really not going to save that much space. It's going to take more time and it's annoying. So I'm going to fill up a couple of trays with all these, and then I'll get to slicing these tomatoes. Alright, I got this little mesh tray. There's only one, which is a bummer, so since I have more tomatoes, I'll be using the standard tray. Hopefully, I don't know, it's probably going to be messy, but I want to at least give it a try. So this will have to slice again, but I'm just going to slice them all out, set them on there. This actually goes on one of the full trays. And what I've been doing is, here, let me grab this. What I've been doing is for everything, I just put it in for 24 hours. It's just a lot simpler that way. Just put it in for 24 hours, check on it, whatever, once or twice a day just to see. And of course, obviously, once I've had a lot of experience drying the zucchini and the cucumbers, which is not a very good idea, and bagging them and vacuum sealing them and all that stuff, so I'm kind of used to it. These tomatoes, I'm gonna get, I don't know, I mean, it could take longer, it could take less. I would guess it would take longer. I'm gonna put them at the bottom of the machine, and we'll just see how they actually dry out. If not, I mean, just try it a couple of times. At least that's my plan. And if not, we'll just switch to doing sauces and things like that. So. Alright, it has now been just over 26 hours, and I just wanted to show you, the fan runs for just a little bit after you turn it off, but these are all the zucchini. They're pretty dry, and you'll see I only filled up this thing about the third capacity, and I've eaten one of these, and it's like super sweet and tastes really, really good. I don't know, I can't believe they could get any drier. So after 26 hours, they seem to be just fine. I will keep it running though, because I keep working off of the idea or the theory that you can't dry something too much. Yeah, this actually feels a little moist right here. So I'm going to run it for another 12 hours. We'll see how it goes. If you see how I'm not using the special screen on this, it doesn't really seem to have affected anything. If you look at the bottom to see if there's like any drippage or anything like that, yeah, it's not like anything's really dripped or anything like that. So how thick I'd slice those worked just fine. And for most of these pieces, they are pretty dry, but I'll just run them for another 12 hours. And I'll probably take these out and just bag them up and then vacuum seal them in that. And I have those bags where you can cut them to size, and so I won't be wasting any materials. And also, I want to get a video up For one, just to get a video uploaded, but two, I wanted to see how this camera works. It seems to have a lot better adjustment for lighting, that's for sure. Doesn't spot on and off. The other camera I had, or phone I had really bad auto lighting, so I guess thanks again for watching, and to all the new subscribers and all the viewers. I really appreciate everything, and I'll see you next time. Alright, bye-bye. Oh, of course, one more thing. I just wanted to show you, my tomatoes are still doing well, but this is one of the latest zucchinis that I'd pulled from my garden. I'll probably get another half dozen or so. I didn't think I would still get any this large. But just like I was saying before, when chopping these, for most of this, if I just sliced them and laid them out, there'd be a big gap in between slices. So I'd probably still cut three of these slices into fours, and then I'd put them in between the other slices. But I just wanted to show you, middle of September, here in Indiana, we're still getting produce, so. Alright, for sure this time, that's all I got. Maybe in the next video I'll show you some more of the garlic that I'm planting randomly all over the place. So, alright, bye-bye.